Welcome back to another video, and so today we are continuing on with the main scenario quest line. We just finished securing a kind of uneasy peace, I guess we should call it, with the kobolds. And we're moving on to the final quest, which is known as Futures Rewritten. Alpha No's face is a picture, equal parts jubilation and relief.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
What in the world is that? A tower.
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
What the heck is this? What does this mean? That definitely looked a lot more like it was a void architecture instead of Garlemald. That's just me. But what the heck? Don't worry, Captain Faye. I'll watch over the tower. Your place is in Alamigo. Well, thanks for that, but what is it? I have no idea. I mean, I knew we were going to be seeing those towers. I just wasn't sure when or... And they just dropped them right on top of us here. I mean, I try to fly out there to see if we can get close enough to investigate, but we can't fly from this point, so... Really not much choice but to go back. Now, I know there's supposed to be another one here in Alamigo, but... I didn't think that they were all over. Like, how many are there? I'm gonna have to look into that, but... What the heck? I'm suddenly reminded of the Lunar Cries, and I can't help but feel like this is something bad. This is something very, very bad. I just know that much. Though it isn't visible from here, the locals report that a tower-like structure has appeared to the south. It appears to be business as usual inside the city, but Lise will be able to tell us if there have been any developments without. Gabu, Don't worry, he's with our Maelstrom friends, meaning we're free to deal with the latest problem to fall uninvited into our laps. Alright, Lise, what's going on?
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Roger preserved!
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
You're here, good.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why, even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck. Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Ascians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance. My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days, to which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Ascians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering! I'm different, you see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers and this very star our stage. Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in it.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Okay, so we're dealing with a raving lunatic here. You don't see that very often. Like, he wants to die? What is going on here? What? What part could these towers feasibly play in the Telophoroi's plans, do you think? I, for one, am at a loss. For now, we should bear word of these developments to the others. I only hope Thancred and Eorzea are safe. Though our objectives were different, I could understand why Elidibus and his fellows acted as they did. But Fandaniel? It'll take me some time to make sense of it all, if indeed there is any sense to be found. Are you alright, Claire? The rest of us are fine, if a little singed. That dragon let us off lightly. Honestly, though, only a madman would choose the name Lunar Bahamut, which just sums up Fandaniel, I suppose. Our scouts report that the Ascian and his dragon have left Girobanya. It seems this was purely a social visit. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Oh no. Raban, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Merweb tells me, you're due some time off duty. Oh, come on! Shall we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well. But if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care, both of you. If an Ascian is on the prowl, it will not be long before we call on you and yours again. Rest now while you still can. I don't wanna. So you really did it. You found a cure for tempering. Oh, it makes me want to do something heroic right now. Speaking of which, I better get ready and set out for the tower. Let's see if we can see it from here. Oh, yep, there it is. I don't like that it's pulsating like that. I really don't. I don't think that's going to be anything good. But apparently, these things are going to eventually lead to the end of the world. Which isn't a surprise because they did warn us, like in the last patch, about the upcoming apocalypse or something. So whatever those things are for, they're pretty much going to kill us all, basically. I'm weirdly intrigued by them now. But it looks like we're wrapping up the story for now. I mean, it wasn't a bad patch altogether. You could definitely tell that this is wrapping up like everything here before we move on to the next expansion. We're tying up all the loose ends, basically. And why can't we go in through the stupid door? I guess we just gotta wait a minute. Stupid loading times. There we go. So yeah, I guess that's why they kind of moved pretty quickly through this patch, at least with the story. They just want to tie up all the loose ends so we have nothing else distracting us from this expansion. Ooh, that means it's going to be pretty big. I can't wait. Alright, so there's everyone else down there. And let's just see what they have to say first. Y'shtola returned just before we did, and it seems she knows about the towers too. Though my new, or rather old, by which I mean young, though this body has a good deal more stamina than the one I wore out in the first, I confess I've been looking forward to a moment's respite. We've had a busy few days, have we not? Ah, how good it feels to come home to the Rising Stones. It's here my heart feels most at peace, and my mind the clearest. It would seem you have had quite an eventful time in my absence. I am fully rested now and ready for more. Welcome back, Claire. Make yourself comfortable, and let me know if I can get you anything. Ah, you're back too. Good. We received the reports from Girobanya. Since we are all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to first-hand account? No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable, but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged, perhaps, but no fool. For all of his Pantheon theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that it is some manner of sacrosanct born of Ascian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Y'shtola? I have been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. Aww. As soon as I had successfully recovered, I traveled to Udal and delivered the porksies to Her Grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Almaja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Almaja claimed that a number of their kind had been abducted, and that men are responsible. Naught is known of the perpetrators as yet, but as the immortal flames went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomena. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Eorzea. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you yourself said, we can do little for now save remain vigilant. And since we are dealing with a dragon, obscenely at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Estinian! Now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lands, I would be the first to welcome it. But the truth is, we will struggle even to find him. You let me and Cryo worry about that. We'll sniff him out no matter where he's hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless. So if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Oh, poor Ascian. He already had to deal with those two once, and now he's stuck with them again. Well, rather than sitting about, I think I might go and teach the city-states and educate them in the use of the Porxies. They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the task ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. Oh dear, are you not enjoying our adventure? Come now, I didn't say that. While it may not be the most carefree experience, there is nothing in this world I would rather do than write a new future with you. A long future, mind. Whatever the Tanathanoi might hope, we'll stop them, won't we? Together. He's so sweet. He really is.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Glory be.
Glory be to Reborn!
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing her that you await her coming, though I confess, I may have singed her a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
Okay, what the heck? Seriously, what the heck, Square Enix? Don't tell me that they're being tempered now. And we have Xenos again. Oh, achievement unlocked. Pen and sword. Ooh, that means that we have a brand new title. Good, I was looking for that. Writer of Histories. As much as I love Shepherd to the Stars, I think it's time for a change. Alright. In the face of this new draconic threat, we would indeed benefit from Estinian's presence. And I cannot help but wonder how Kryl and Tataru intend to locate him. They certainly seem confident, however. Yeah. Just a little rest and I'll take to the road again. Each of the nations will need guidance on the use of the Porxies. Don't worry though, I won't do anything reckless like a certain Exarch we know. I just want to do what I can to ensure the cure will help as many as possible. Speaking of which, where is the Exarch? If you seek Raoul, he has left to visit each of the allied armies. Link Pearl conversations are well and good, he said, but there is no substituting face-to-face meetings for strengthening cooperation. So I had a little chat with Grahatia. Though he looks as young as any of us, he has an air of an older person about him. I suspect he's seen more than his fair share of trials. When we went to deliver the ice shards, we had occasion to speak with Grahatia. Sister says he acts like an old person, but if you ask me, he seems like a perfect gentleman. Hori challenged you once before, and now he has his sights set on Grahatia. I fear history is about to repeat itself. That's true! There's nothing quite like basking in the glow of brothers' fighting spirit. We must make this bout with Grahatia happen. Yes, we must! They say Grahatia is a versatile combatant who excels in all roles in battle. I should very much like to test my blade and shield against him. Oh, sure! But don't come crying to us once you get your butt kicked. Alright, so no one else here. I guess they all must be in Dawn's Respite. I wonder what our friend Emperor Solus would think were he to learn that his own flesh and blood is seeking to usher in the final days, together with the rogue Ascian no less. Ideal musings aside, I pray that Thancred and Uriante return safely, and with the intelligence we sorely need. While events have taken a grim turn, I must say that I have enjoyed our time adventuring together, the visit to Azislav not least of all. Since then, I have spent some time pondering why Lord Amon rejected Owen's proposal to investigate a cure for iconic corruption. Perhaps he judged the endeavor too difficult to pursue, I considered, but it seems more likely that it was not in Aleg's best interest for a cure to exist. Whatever the truth may be, full glad I am that we could finish what Owen began. Alright, so that looks like it's going to be it for right now. That is the main scenario questline story for patch 5.4, Futures Rewritten. So we won't be getting any more of those cutscenes until patch 5.5, which is not going to be coming out for a while anyway. So I guess this is it for right now. So until next time, everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed it and you are all looking forward to what comes next. So until then, take care. Bye.